G'day chaps and welcome back to Interloper. Things are looking better. We're at 49 degrees condition. 49% condition, sorry. 6 hours of daylight left, so good time to head out. We have, I think, 3 or 4 cooked venison on the floor. Tons of water. We have food on us also. And we have enough fuel that if there's a storm and we have to sleep in the cave, we should be able to survive the night. So I'm heading back out. The weather's looking very good. So we're heading back out to harvest that second carcass that we killed. Second deer that we killed in the last episode. Get the flagon out just in case. I'm not going to fight any wolves right now. That's for sure. This is the only risky part of our little trip. Apart from that, we know it's plain sailing, so we can put that away. We'll try and get out of the wind. So, our strategy today is to head back to where the deer carcass is. Same as before, start a fire right next to it. Harvest all the meat. Take the guts as well. Guts are important. We don't need the hides. We have enough hides to craft clothing. So that's not important to us right now. And then once we've got all that, we're just going to hike our way back to base. So back to the radio control tower. Where our hides and guts should have cured by now. So we should be able to craft our clothes with all the food we have. As long as we don't get cabin fever, we're at 12% risk of that, so we'll have to kind of watch that, but that's something we can manage without too much trouble. It's a bit windy. It's not great for fires. But let's see how we do. Today could be interesting. Either something... I can hear another deer. Either something shit is going to happen. I know there's another deer here. I don't think I want to get greedy and take it though, really, to be honest. That would be more than we need, so I think it might be too windy to start a fire here. And if we do start a fire, it may not last very long. So let's head into the cave for a second. We don't really need to rush this. Oh, come on. Nope. Come back to Papa. Oh, we hit it. Oh fuck! We hit it, but it's not bleeding.
Cold.
Unbelievable. Come back. Give us another shot. Come on. I can hear it still running. How did I definitely hit that. And yet there's no blood. It's disappointing. Okay, it's gone. Anyway, that's me just being greedy. We don't actually need it. We don't have to have it anyway. So let's just warm up. Okay. So it's plus 10 degrees in here. Let's see if there are any chores we can do. I don't really want to start a fire. Clothes are all in good condition. We don't need to repair those. We're not too hungry or thirsty. I guess we're just going to sharpen the stuff. We'll break this down. So we can make more arrows pretty easily. Back at base. Let's just repair our stuff. This is kind of slow actually. Yeah, it's pretty slow. So if the weather's changed we'll just go start a fire by that second carcass. Let's have a look. Ah, perfect. Perfect. This is the kind of weather where we can start a fire and we don't need to worry about it blowing out.
Need to find some place to escape this cold.
Oh, I can hear the deer. What the fuck? Ah. Oh, what a shot! If I say so myself. Oh, I got lucky. That was a lucky shot. I'm glad you all saw that. I can't start a fire. That sucks. What? That's too steep. Really? That sucks. Okay. I guess we'll have to go for the other one. Damn, 3 deer. That's why I come back here. That's why we made the trip. Now I remember. I knew this was my favourite spot. And it's my favourite spot for a reason. Why? Oh, there we go. Excellent. Excellent. I'm loving the way we can start fires like this. We just need sticks and a magnifying glass. And you get 85%. That's very, very different from when you start the game. We're fairly independent when it comes to fire starting. What a reversal of fortunes, eh? We now have more meat than we can carry. And it's up to me whether I go and harvest that third carcass and bother with it. This is fantastic. It really is fantastic. So that went well. Let's get our sticks on. And we want to make sure it's warm enough. So I'll put some reclaimed wood on as well. It's just about warm enough. Okay, good enough. So let's go for half. Takes just 30 minutes with the hacksaw. I use the hacksaw first because it doesn't really have any other purpose anymore. Fire is still good, we're still warming up. Peckish, let's eat the cooked meat we have. This is just to get our weight down. This is because we're going to start getting pretty heavy here. Okay, all good. Let's take the rest of it. The weather's really helping us. Being very, very friendly. And the guts, let's take that with the knife because it's quicker. Still warming up, our fire is still good. Perfect, we have what we need. Okay. So we have an hour left on this fire, 3 hours of daylight left. Do I cook? Probably not. I really want to go start a fire by that other carcass. We should take advantage of the weather while we can. There are guts to take. How cold is it? How many guts do we have? Guts are pretty important right now. I'll take 1. Let's see. Oh, we're getting cold fast. Oh, too fast. Okay. So this fire hasn't got much left on it. I'll take a brand. We'll go see if we can start one next to the other carcass. It's okay to leave that one gut that we did, because it's more important to get the meat and stay warm at the moment. Our condition still isn't good enough to take any risks, and I hate you can't start a fire here. That's actually a problem. Well, we shouldn't have to do this. Sucks. This sucks. We'll get it as close as we possibly can. Not that it's really going to make any difference, to be honest. Hang on, I can use a brand to start a fire with a brand. Doesn't make sense.
I'm so cold.
going to burn my other shooting guide because, again, there are no rifles in here, in this game. How do we do this? I guess we're just going to have to cut this carcass in very short bursts and then come back to the fire. I guess we come back... actually, this could be useful. We can come back to the fire and cook the meat we harvest. So that makes me think we can use
Fire's life out here.
a lot of the wood we have on us. I want to make sure we're warm. That's really the key. And I will use coal here. It's important enough to be warm right now. I believe 2 hours of daylight left. It's not great. This is when you start getting a little bit nervous about being outside as it gets dark. So I might actually throw some more wood on here to speed this up. I mean, this is why we brought it in the first place, so... Reclaimed wood is not the most effective. So it's worth using if you have it. Okay, so let's see if we can do this right. We've got 2 hours of daylight left. It's windy but not too bad. And we're going to take this in chunks, so it's not frozen yet. It's still quicker to take it with the knife. And we really just need to watch our temperature because look how fast that's dropping. Maybe we can get another kilo.
Might have to drop some gear.
That's so fast. Oh. Okay. And then straight back to the fire. Try not to burn ourselves. And warm back up again while we cook this meat. This is actually working out quite nicely. As long as the weather holds, I think we're okay. And there it goes. It changed. Just like that. And I hate that noise. That's not a good noise. And our fire's gonna burn out. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Okay, it's time to go, boys. How much meat do we have? Absolutely shit tons. 11 kilos. And another 5 back at base. This has 7 on it. We leave it. We just leave it. We have... oh fuck, that's 7 kilos of meat though, isn't it? Tricky. Our weight is still okay, so we could carry more. But I'm just not going to risk it. I'm not going to stay in the cave. It's minus 25, we're at 43% condition. I need to remember that we're still pretty close to death. We're not in a good way. So, I'm going to play it safe. I did say always that third carcass was surplus. And we need to stick to that. We need to be a little bit disciplined here. Cabin fever has gone. Okay. So we can rest. We can get our condition back up before we head off. This is good. This is very, very good. This has been a very good couple of days for us. Having this much meat, having hunted that much, is going to completely change things. We can get up to 100% again now. And we can get back and we should be able to craft clothes now. There's no reason why we're not. So, things have changed fairly dramatically. From down to 16% health. It's now looking like we have a real prospect of survival, for a while at least. If we do see a wolf as well, I need to remember that we can use decoys, because we have meat. So I've had some good advice, again, from you guys. So if you have a flare gun, You come up against a wolf, and you have meat, drop your decoy, and the wolf will go and investigate that decoy. I've never tried it myself with the flare gun. And then I'm told that you can get a shot in that's not too difficult, and that sounds good to me. We made it, boys and girls. We actually made it. So I'm gonna go sleep. I'll sleep down by the fire. It will behoove us to cook this meat up immediately. I'm gonna see how much we can.
Not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
44 kilos. I can live with that. It's actually not that bad. Okay, how much wood do we have? Not much. So before we head out, it might be a good idea to break down a crate or two. Actually, maybe we just do that here. So let's put that away. Given that it's Interloper, and we can't really stop and take any limbs, break down limbs because it's too cold, reclaimed wood is actually pretty important for us. Especially because we're here, we may as well take it, right? Okay, so we don't have any risk of cabin fever just yet. So I think we're fine. We can cook up all the rest of this meat and we can sleep, get a really good night's sleep, get our condition back up. This is good. This is very, 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 very good. This has gone as well as we could have possibly hoped. And I'm actually, for a change, feeling good about our prospects. Okay, let's get out. Those guts are going to be very, very important. So, we've done well there. Let's get a bedroll down. It's going to be a beautiful night's sleep. Beautiful. Now let's get this fire going. So what should we use? We've only got two choices. I'm going to use the reclaimed wood. We really have no need for tinder anymore. This might take us longer, but I need to keep that cedar. Cedar's my favourite wood. Relatively light, pretty easy to start a fire with, and burns for a good chunk of time, so cedar's the last thing I'll use if I can help it. So yeah, are you surprised that we've survived? I am, I've got to tell you. Interloper's that hard. I mean, I played it before by myself, but I never got this far. We'll throw 5 on. We know we don't need to worry about water, but we do need to cook all of this meat up. Because we have so much, we need to make sure it lasts as long as possible. And that means cooking it. But actually it's really good, because if you look at that, everything's above 50%, all our raw meat, and cooking it gives you 50% on it, so we should have all of our meat up at 100% condition. So this is it. This is going to keep us going for a very long time. We're going to be able to get our clothes done. We should be able... Oh, fuck. Can we? No. We can get some boots done. And then we're just going to have to wait because we need our we need other guts to cure before we can craft anything else, I think. That's going to suck. Having to wait like that. Okay. So that went well. Don't need to worry about doing any more water. Okay, I was wrong. So 79% on our worst meat, but that's fine. That's just fine. And we have, this is ridiculous, we have 13 kilos of meat, 9 kilos of water, 9 litres of water. This is perfect, absolutely perfect. I'm going to get a damn good night's rest. Let's sleep till we can't sleep no more. I don't think our character has done this in a very long time. So you woke up fully rested. Only 53%. I'm surprised about that. I thought it would be quite a lot better. Maybe we're just going to recover slowly. Okay. So our weight is 42.2. 13 kilos of meat. All our stats are fantastic. Let's pick up our guts that we're curing. 28%. That's actually curing fairly quickly. And let's get going, sorry. Let's start making our way back to base. We got what we came for. Haven't we done well? 1 hide, 5 guts, 13 kilos of meat, even more. Tons of water. So I'm just doing this, trying to avoid using any oh fuck it. I can't see anything. There we go. Really trying to avoid using fuel. I don't know how much we have left. And I don't know where we'd get it from after this. Where haven't we been? Have we been to every region? We've been to the top of Timberwolf Mountain. We've been to Desolation Point. We've been all the way through. Okay, so we left some stuff for ourselves here. I'm going to sleep some more. Let's get our condition up. We can afford to just pass time. And oh, cabin fever risk is going up really fast. That's fuck. It really doesn't want us to stay inside. But we know from experience that we don't want to go out in the dark. It's too cold. So we'll just pass some time. And I think we're going to eat and sleep again. Just going to enjoy being alive for a little bit and just recover, rest and recover. Is there anything we can read? Nope. Burnt it. Or read it already. So really we are just killing time right now. Very dark in here, isn't it? Okay. Let's do our basic maintenance. These are the kind of things you don't normally record. But I've had a few of you guys say that you just want to see all of it. So I'll give you the boring bits too. Thank you for watching, by the way. I'm amazed and glad you're still with me. It's very cool. Okay, so there's nothing more we can do here. We have a little bit of cloth. Those feathers are good, that means we should be able to do 2 more arrows, I believe. Oh, that's one thing we can do. Go and smash some more reclaimed wood. Can't sleep anymore. Nah. Okay. Let's find some wood to break down. Or something. There we go. Perfect. Always remember to put your fire out. Don't waste it. This is great. This is perfect. Killing time by getting something we actually need. Sleep another hour. So, right now I'm really just waiting for the... There we go. For the daylight stats and the condition of the weather to improve. And then pick you up. Let's make sure we have... Make sure we're good to go. Let's use a little fuel just to make sure we pick up what we need to pick up. Here we go. So I left some scrap metal for myself, some guts. Hide, more guts. Rabbit pelt, that's just fantastic.
Gear's starting to slow me down.
44.5 kilos. And on we go. Let's hope it's not too cold. Looks okay. Minus 90, minus 20. Not great, but not the end of the world. In theory, we should have a fairly easy run of it here. Of course, you never know. Don't really like the look of the weather, but that could be because we just had a storm rather than we have one coming in. I don't know. It's very storm-like. It's not good, but I can't go back to the dam. So on we go. There is a cave. We know where it is. We know how to get there. We do have fuel. So this shouldn't be too bad. The wolf should still be dead from when we killed it before. I'll get my flare gun out just in case. So I'm trying to stay in protection from the wind. I can still see the bodies of that fight. There's one body anyway. It's looking safe. So let's hug the sides here. You see the difference it makes between 23 degrees, minus 23 and minus 12. So I'm really going to try and hug the walls. I don't need this flare gun out. And I mean, we are cold enough. It does look like we're going to have to head for the cave. And there's a cattail I missed. Huh, I thought I had them all. So I'm pretty sure we don't want to go up that way.
Can't feel my feet.
I think. I don't know. Am I lost? Maybe. No, that was the way. Oh well. Or do we just head right the way around, take a bit of a condition hit, but head to the main cave? That might be. Nah, I don't want to lose any condition.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Our condition's pretty precious to us. We don't need to take any hits, so I'm just not going to. Not gonna bother trying to shoot the bunnies. I'm terrible at it. So I always craft snares and use snares. It's not just that I'm terrible, it's also because it takes fucking ages. Well, because I'm terrible, it takes fucking ages. Because I miss so often. I just have to chase those rabbits around for ages, so it doesn't really work for me. Okay, so we're inside, which means we don't need to start a fire. That's good. I think we may as well sleep an hour. We're at sort of the resty stage. Rest and recovery. I don't see why not. Of course it's not great being outside, but we don't need to start a fire if I sleep. 1 hour should be fine. Always makes me a little nervous on Interloper, but okay, we woke up fully rested and pretty warm. So that was good for us. Our stats are looking good. Weight is fine. Let's just kill a little bit of time. This feels like proper survival to me. This feels more almost realistic. Like this is what you would do. Okay, that'll do. Sweet. I think that was a smart move. Worked out okay. I got lucky with the weather. I'm going to pick up sticks now, everything I see. I'm not going to waste time, but... So it's only -9, this is the best we've had it for a while. The music's kind of reflecting that mood. It's giving us the peaceful vibe. The happy vibe. Something we've not really had in the Long Dark in this series at all. Because the Long Dark, I remember, even on Stalker, it's very relaxing sometimes. It just hasn't been this time. Boy, what a run we've had. What a run. Nearly dead twice at least, at the very minimum. Again, just not going to bother with the rabbits. They're cute, but meh. Not very calorific. We only really would need them for their pelts and guts, which are very valuable. You know, those, I will be crafting snares. We do want those gloves. And they're a great source of guts. Now I'm thinking, what do we do once we have the clothes? Because that area, that tower, radio control tower, that is my base usually. And there's no other area of the game that we need to explore particularly. We've pretty much been right the way through Mystery Lake. We might have missed some bits, but not much. I think. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. Can't even remember. I know we've been everywhere in Desolation Point. We've done Timberwolf Mountain. And I'm not going back up to the top. There's just no point. There's no point going back to Timberwolf Mountain. So with all that in mind, I mean, Pleasant Valley is the best spot for me. And that radio control hut next to that proper indoor cave, the one we're going into now, that's just the best place in the game for long-term survival. So it wouldn't make sense for us to go anywhere else. So I think this is home. I think we're going home. We're going to go home, we're going to craft clothes. And that's it, we see what happens. Then we just survive. See, we just hunt. See how long we can make it. I don't think there's anywhere else to explore. Very cold now. Just in time, we'll get inside. So, let's go through the cave together. And then I guess we'll stop it and we'll do... The next episode will be all about heading back to base, crafting clothes. I'm not going to hunt until we're back up to 100% condition. Okay, so we're warm. Super splendid. This is great. This feels good. This feels so good. We're alive. Our chances are good. Okay, do we have any torches? No. Should really start thinking about my lantern fuel soon. It's not going to last forever. So I'm going to do as much of this as I can without using any fuel. Yeah, we're going to have to get it out here. I can't see shit. But yeah, we're really going to have to minimize how much we use this from now on. I guess once we've got clothes, and that's a way off, because getting the jacket obviously involves killing 4 wolves. But I was going to say, after a certain point, you start going, and you go on recce's, you start looking for resources like lantern fuel and cloth and things like that. I mean, that's proper long-term survival there. But once you've got the best clothes in the game, I mean, that's what you need to do. There's nothing else you really have to... I mean, apart from hunt, and hunt often. There's nothing else you really have to do. So I mean, it gives you a kind of freedom once you're at that sort of late stage of the game. You can just start making up your own challenges. You can go where you want and do what you want. But that's when it gets boring, because that's when the challenge is over. So I mean, I've never played a game where I just survive for 200 days because it's just dull. I'll go and play another game instead, or make some videos or whatever. So we've got 4 hours of daylight left. I think if we're warm enough, I don't know. No, we still have cabin fever, so maybe we stay in the cave. We use the cave as our home, really. It's probably a good idea, actually. I mean, the cave is going to be a better home than the cabin. The radio control tower, how much do we have left on that? 64, so not much. Okay. So, if this is home, and it's going to have to be, because of cabin fever, this is where we leave our stuff. I mean, our proper resources are drink and food. Drop 5 liters here. The condition seems to be going down quite fast on this meat. Don't like that. Someone told me it goes down slower if you leave it outside. So, if one of you can, or some of you can confirm that, that'd be great, because I don't know, and I would like to know. Okay, so got loads of food and drink there. It's in pretty good condition. Sleep an hour. Let's get us nice and warm. And then we're going to go and craft some clothes. This is great. This is great. Sleep 1 hour. That'll warm us up enough. So hopefully, while we're going back and forth between the tower and this cave, our condition's going to improve up to 100% as well. So here we are, 3 hours of daylight left. Doesn't look very good outside, but it'll be good enough to move. I'm going to get back to the control hut now, because we're not tired at all. So I'll take the bedroll. I'm going to pause it here, boys and girls. Thank you very much for watching, and stick with me to see if we really do as well as I suspect we might do. We're doing okay. What a turn up for the books, eh? And it's minus 12. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Alright, join me in the next one. And minus 24. Fuck. Okay. Don't know yet. We'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. It looks like a storm is coming in, actually. See ya.